And we are live here with your host, top 100 Madden player Tristan Kilgannon, and ESPN featured athlete Isaiah Ashley. Today we bring to you our Super Bowl reactions and analysis. Let us know what you thought about the Super Bowl. Lob us a like, a sub, and I will be starting us off today. And we were finally right about a game. It went exactly how I thought it would go last week in our prediction video. First of all, obviously, we all know the Chiefs won, but I had predicted that Jimmy G and especially Kyle Shanahan would crumble under the pressure, and that's exactly what happened. Kyle Shanahan decided to not go for it at the end of the first half, choked under pressure. Obviously, the controversial call with George Kittle leaves the run game that was averaging 6.4 yards a carry when they're up 10 in the fourth quarter. Another questionable decision by a coach that was up 28-3 against the Patriots and also lost that Super Bowl. And when they went away from the run game, they expected Jimmy G to make that throw to Emmanuel Sanders, and he simply did not. Another example of a quarterback crumbling under pressure. And as great as the 49ers defense is, they had a chance to put the Chiefs away for good on 3rd and 15. Patrick Mahomes has the ball. He hasn't been able to do anything all game. And then the only possible solution there is Tyreek Hill deep. And what do? They let Tyreek Hill toast them deep down the field. If Patrick Mahomes isn't forced to throw off his back foot, probably a touchdown. 44-yard completion, winds up a touchdown drive. 49ers get the ball back again, and they get the lead, and they obviously go on to win. I'm happy for Andy Reid. Isaiah, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm going to talk about the winning team for a second, the team which scored 21 answered points. Patrick Mahomes had a phenomenal second half, more specifically a phenomenal fourth quarter, and he was so clear the Super Bowl MVP. I don't see why people are discussing it being him or the running back who was undrafted. It's not even close. Phenomenal playing, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, threat on the ground, threat through the air. Really started pulling it out when it mattered the most. An incredibly impressive performance from one of the young, bright stars in the league. I'll be very excited to follow his career as he moves forward. As for the rest of the Chiefs, Frank Clark got a sack, big in the late part of the game. Very impressive, Frank Clark. Good for you. Did not talk about going to Disney World, though, so a little bit disappointed in that. Tyreek Hill's son was dancing in the locker room after the game. That's always nice. And Andy Reid said he was going to find the biggest cheeseburger he could and put it in his mouth. So, all in all, the Chiefs are pretty happy. As for the 49ers, it is sad that this team got here in the first place. It took a complete collapse of their conference for this team to make the Super Bowl. And a complete collapse is what led this team out of the Super Bowl. Due to Kyle Shanahan straying away from the run, this team blew a massive lead in the fourth quarter. Seems kind of familiar. On the bright side, now the curse of 28-3 has been afflicted on Shanahan in San Francisco. He can move on with his career as a mediocre head coach with an overpaid quarterback, a loudmouth corner, and a white supremacist defensive end. Yay, football.
I mean, I would disagree with you on the fact that you kind of alluding to the 49ers were in the Super Bowl as a fluke. I still think they're a real team. They gave the Chiefs real problems. They mauled the Packers. They mauled the Vikings in the playoffs. And all the games they lost were close games. So I think they were a real team and a lot better than people give them credit for.
People were saying they were going to blast Chiefs, but you act like the two teams who could beat them, one, got screwed over by refs, two, had their entire backfield die. The 49ers did not belong in this game, and it became very apparent why in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Super Bowl teams did not give up 21 unanswered points.
Yeah, but they also held one of the most prolific offenses ever to how many points before
31.
The fourth quarter? No, before the fourth quarter. 10? So, I mean, they just crumbled there, and that's simply because Kyle Shanahan is just the worst fourth quarter coach I think we've ever seen in a Super Bowl. So that's really the story of the game right there.
Again, I feel like you're just saying, oh, Kyle Shanahan's the reason the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. No, the Chiefs are the reason they won the Super Bowl. Acting like 3 straight touchdowns is a bit of coaching by other teams' coach, him being a failure. No, it's still NFL players. It's still NFL defense. It's still phenomenally talented NFL defenses, and they just got smacked by the Chiefs. You're taking too much away from them by saying Kyle Shanahan is entirely
No, I still agree with you. Like, the whole game isn't on Kyle Shanahan. The Chiefs still went out there and won the game, but there were several steps the 49ers took that could have led to a win. Even if they took those steps, I still think the Chiefs had a very good chance at winning. There's just it's that close of a game, in my opinion, as far as talent, to where the Chiefs made a few mistakes, and that led to the 49ers made a few bad calls and a few mistakes, and that ultimately led to the Chiefs winning.
Indeed, it did.
But a storyline we glossed over is the fact that Andy Reid isn't excited about the Super Bowl win as much as he is the size of the next burger he's going to eat. Which burger place do you think he's hitting up, or do you think he hit up right after the Super Bowl?
See, I think you're thinking way too small-minded on this one. He did not go to a simple burger restaurant. He went to the finest steakhouse in all of Miami, told them to take the biggest, juiciest cut of Kobe beef and to chop it up into ground beef and prepare a burger for him with the finest lettuce, tomato, ketchup, onions, mustard, pickles, and mayonnaise available to them. He did not go to a burger place. He went to a steakhouse and ordered a burger, and they probably provided for the Super Bowl winning coach, Andy Reid.
That is not the answer I was expecting. I was figured you'd think you went out to like Five Guys and ordered 4 burgers and then took the buns off and put all the burgers on top of each other, and then went to Food Line and then got himself some pickles, lettuce, tomato, ketchup.
A king does not eat mere fast food after a Super Bowl victory. A king
seems like the type
his royal dinner.
He seems like the type of king, though, that takes pleasure in the simple fast food.
He seems like the Burger King, yeah.
Okay.
But steering away from Andy Reid's dietary choices, which I'm sure are very healthy, we will wave goodbye to one of the more interesting years in all of sport. Thank you, Antonio Brown. Thank you, Patrick Mahomes. Thank you, Lamar Jackson. And thank you, Kyle Shanahan, for a phenomenal year of football. It wouldn't be the same without you guys.
And we look forward to the next part of the NFL process is always the NFL draft. Stay tuned tomorrow for our video where we'll be highlighting the NBA trade deadline and a little analysis about Zion Williamson. See you next time.